Om Sadashivasamarambham Shankaracharya Madhyamam Asmadacharya Paryantam Vande Guru Paramparam Paramparasya Prakriteranadim Ekam Nivishtam Bahudha Guhasu Sarvalayam Sarvacharacharastham Tvameva Vishnum Sharanam Prapadye. We were in the verse, here it is 20th. Dharma dharmau sukha dukha kalpana swarga naraka vasascha utpatti nidhana varnashramaha na santiha paramarthe mrigatrishnayam udakam shuktau rajatam bujangamo rajvam taimirika chandra yugavad bhrantam nikhilam jagadrupam. So having described the nature of Jiva, who is Jiva and how this Jiva, like even a caterpillar is there, right, within, not the caterpillar enters and becomes the pupa, correct? And then only it becomes a butterfly, like it is something which is bound by its own creation, you can say. Like this, the Jiva is really Paramartha only, Paramatma only, but takes oneself as somebody bound within a particular body mind sense complex. So once you take yourself as the Dehi who is occupying a particular Deha, so here Deha includes the physical body, subtle body, causal body, all the three bodies what we normally talk about in Vedanta: Thula, Sukshma, Karana, Sharira, Abhimani, the one who has Abhimana with all these. Once you have Abhimana with reference to a particular body, then that body itself is born due to some karma, we say, correct? Punya Papa is always involved, Dharma, Dharma. And then whatever is happening to that body, based on that you have Sukha or Dukha also. That Sukha Dukha Kalpana here Acharya says. You imagine something as Sukha, something as Dukha, that also you cannot avoid. And then once you identify with body, it cannot be only one body, because even if one body goes, you take another body. So that's why Swarga Naraka Vasascha, and in fact you also want it, correct? You want to be in Swarga, you want to actually go to places where you feel you will have pleasant experiences. That is Swarga. But even if you don't want to, you may also go to Naraka depending on what you did. Okay, because you have taken yourself as a Karta Bhokta, as a doer and an enjoyer, and the one who indwells in a particular body. Once you take yourself like that, all these things you cannot avoid. And Utpatti Nidhana Varnashramaha also, he says in the next line, means birth, death, and then identification based on the body. Okay, ethnicity, even gender, all these things are identifications, correct? Of course, Varna and Ashrama also is there, status in society, etc. But in Paramartha, none of these things are there. Nasanti iha Paramarthe. In reality, none of these things are true with reference to oneself. All these things are there due to wrong self-identification. Okay, if we say that in Paramartha, none of these things are there, but I am seeing it, correct? There is perception of all these things. Means, how is it that in reality they are not there? I am seeing it, I am perceiving it, means In fact, whatever you perceive itself, we say is not real. Okay. For that only now he is giving different analogies. Mrigatrishnayam udakam shuktau rajatam bhujangamo rajvam taimirika chandra yugavat bhrantam nikhilam jagadrupam. So, if you ask the question, how is it that I am seeing all these things? You are saying it is not there really means you do see things which are not there, correct? It's not something new. People see mirage water, correct? Mrigatrishnayam udakam. So mirage water in the desert you see, in the desert sands, you see water. And if you are obviously will be thirsty in a desert, then you go run towards that and you find nothing is there. Or shuktau rajatam, you see silver on shell, and again you run towards it, thinking that you have found something very valuable. These are all like whatever erroneous knowledge which leads to some pravritti, correct, towards whatever you are seeing. But you can also get fear. There is only rope, but you saw a snake there. Means you want to run away. Nivritti also is possible. Fear is possible. Correct? Raga and Dvesha, both are possible. For that, you don't require real valid knowledge or any real vastu to be there, real entity to be there. And also Taimirika Chandra Yugavat Bhrantam. So three examples are given here. Taimirika Chandra Yugavat means Timira means cataract. Okay. And Taimirika means that which is due to this cataract. So some people when they have cataract, they can see two moons and all that, correct? The vision can become double vision you can get. That is a well-known condition of the eye. So Yuga means a pair or double. Okay, Chandra Yugavat means like even seeing two moons. Even though there is only one moon on the sky, you are seeing through due to this Timira dosha, that is called Taimirika. So Vat means what? The Vat you have to add everywhere, correct? Mrigatrishnayam Udakam Udakavat Shuktau Rajatavat and all that. Bhrantam. That is the main thing. It's all Bhranti. Bhranti means what? Erroneous cognition. That which is not there, you are seeing it. Now, how can I see whatever is not there means logically you can't explain it, correct? You are seeing it. Nobody can deny experiences like this. And in this, in all of them, once you know the reality, let us say, then there is no truth in them, correct? Their truth is gone. In the case of shell silver and rope snake, even the perception is gone. Understand that. They are called Nirupadhika Adhyasa. Okay, there only the Ajnana alone, the ignorance of the entity which is really there, like the shell or the rope, that itself projects based on your own purva samskara, correct? Whatever impressions you have in your mind, whatever is your tendency, because somebody else may see, instead of snake, they can see a garland, correct? Or instead of shell, somebody else may see something else other than silver. But that ignorance of the adhisthana or whatever entity which is there in a particular locus or location, that ignorance is common, and that projects whatever you see along with your samskaras. The ignorance, the common ignorance along with samskaras only makes you see something which is not there really. And in the case of nirupadhika adhyasa means what? There is no other conditioning factor involved in making you see or perceive a wrong cognition, erroneous cognition. If no other factor other than ignorance is involved, when the knowledge takes place, the perception also is gone immediately, correct? That is one type. But then two other examples are also given here. Mriga Trishnayam Udakam means mirage water. Mirage water, once you go near, you won't see it. But if you come back again to a distance, you may see it, correct? Means there are other conditional factors involved. There is a upadhi in mirage water. You may, but once you know it is not there, then that knowledge is there now. That even though I perceive there is no water there, there is no reality to the perception. Even though the reality to the perception is gone, you may still see something which is not there. Correct? That is called sopadhika adhyasa. So there is a upadhi. As long as the upadhi is there, upadhi means that which is near to something else, and it is giving its own qualities to the other thing. It is as though giving, we have to say, because really it is not giving anything. But it appears. The quality of one thing is appearing in something else. So there is a upadhi, means then you may still perceive, but knowledge wise you are very clear that it is not there. Its reality is gone. It is not there really. In fact, even while you are seeing it, it is not there. So mithya means wherever you are seeing something, it was never there. It was not there before. While seeing it also, it is not there. After your perception also, it is not there. After you get the right knowledge also, the perception goes away in some cases. And even then it is not there. Correct? And Taimirika Chandra also same thing. In Taimirika Chandra, another important thing is what? This dosha, which is making you see more than one thing, is not Atma dosha. It is not, see, avidya, once we say, avidya, is it the Swarupa of Atma? There can be a question, correct? If avidya is the Swarupa of Atma, you can never remove it. That which is your own nature, if something is part of your nature, it can never go away from you, correct? From anything. Means avidya is not one Swarupa. This is shown even in the Brihadaranyaka Upanishad also, in the Swayanjyotir Brahmanam. And in many other places also, Bhashyakara also says it is Karana dosha. In the Gita Bhashya also, in the 13th chapter. So to show that it is a Karana dosha, another analogy is given, Taimirika Chandra Yugavat. So the Timira is the dosha of the eyes, correct? It is Karana dosha. It is the defect in the instrument. The defect in the instrument is making you see more than one. Whatever is not really there, one more appears. But it is not really there. It is again an erroneous cognition. Once that defect is removed, then the cognition is fine. Correct? Like that here also avidya. Once the avidya is destroyed, then everything is fine. So like this, it is all only mithya, mithya pratyaya. So mithya means even though you perceive it, it was never there in all periods of time. Okay, that's how it is defined. In fact, there are many inferences are given when we study the Advaita Shastra to make how do you know something is mithya means we give different hetu for the different reasons. What are the reasons? One is in fact very interesting. The Dvaitins say Dvaitam Satyam Drishyatvat Ghatavate. Like this they give. Means Dvaita is Satya. Why? Because it is seen, it is perceived, like even a pot. Okay. Then the Advaitin says Advaitam Satyam Jagan Mithya. Okay. Why? Drishyatvat Swapnavate. So we give the same hetu, drishyatvat, and give the drishtanta of swapna, correct? Or rajju sarpavate, all these things you can give. So the drishyatvat itself, anything which you perceive is not you. And therefore itself it is anatma, and all anatma are mithya, we say. Because they are changing, they are only nama rupa, they are only names and forms. In fact, what is real, what is unreal, it is defined by Shankaracharya in the Taittiriya Upanishad Bhashya. In fact, that definition is worth remembering, and it is a very simple but very profound definition he gives. He says, Yad rupena yan nischitam tanna vyabhicharati iti satyam. So what is satyam? What is real? Means yad rupena yan nischitam. In whichever form you know something, correct? As this is like this, correct? So in whichever way or form you know something, tanna vyabhicharati, it never changes from that. Understand that once you have determined this is this, it never changes. It is always there in the same manner. That alone can be satyam. Understand that. Anything which is changing means, then he also defines anritam. Yad rupena yan nischitam, then tad vyabhicharati iti anritam. If it keeps changing, then it is anrita, anrita or mithya, all these words are used. Okay, false. It is false. It appears, but it is false. Correct? So like this, satyam and anritam are defined by Bhashyakara in the Taittiriya Upanishad Bhashya. And in this case, only one thing remains as it is without any change. Means I, the Atma as the conscious being. I am always the same consciousness, unchanging consciousness, invariable consciousness. In each and every cognition, only one thing is invariable. Understand that. Whatever I may cognize a table. Table consciousness is correct. If you cognize a table, there is table consciousness is. You cognize the chair, chair cognition is. You cognize apple on the table, apple consciousness is. You cognize orange on the table, orange consciousness is. In fact, each and every bit of knowledge you gain in that consciousness is the invariable in each and every cognition. That is what he calls sadbuddhi. Sadbuddhi na vyabhicharati. Sad and buddhi, consciousness is, correct? Or is consciousness, whichever way you put it. Consciousness is the invariable. It never changes. It has to be there in each and every cognition. But what changes? All nama rupa is changing. Apple changes, table changes, chair changes. Correct? Anything else, all the objects of consciousness, they are all changing. That means they are all anrita, they are all false. So anything you see is false. Anything which is limited is false. Okay? Parichinnatvat, drishyatvat, all these hetu we use. So, nitya, everything, the jagat, whatever is other than you, everything else is mithya because it's all changing all the time. You are the only entity who is always of the same nature, which is consciousness. So you are the limitless conscious being because even time and space are cognized by you. Understand that. So they are also objects of your cognition. You remain even when there is no space time, correct? In deep sleep, you are there. Space time is not there. So you all understand from your own day to day experience, you can understand all these things. It's not very difficult. that I exist as a conscious entity, even when the whole world is not perceived. It's all resolved. I am still there. I sleep. That's why you say you can get up and you can say, I did not know anything also in sleep. Means that is because your consciousness never sleeps. It is the one which has to say whether you knew anything or you don't know anything. You did. So you can get up and say, I did not know anything at all. Then how did you know that? Means you are a conscious being. That's why you know that. Even while awake also, you are the one to whom everything becomes evident. I am the conscious being to whom everything becomes evident, including this body, whatever is happening, all the physiological processes which are happening in the body, whatever is happening in the mind, all the thoughts, emotions, and even knowledge which is taking place in the mind, correct? And even the idea of I itself is there only in the mind. Understand that the I thought, even when there is no I thought, I am there. That I we are talking about. Because in deep sleep, there is no I thought also. I thought also comes only in dream or in waking. That's why the I thought also is equally mithya. Correct? Along with the I thought only, this thought also can come. I and this are related to each other, correct? Asmat, Yushmat, we say in Sanskrit. Both come together. They are mutually dependent. I know also you say, correct? Means even the knowledge is known to you. That I know. I don't know also is known to you. That's why consciousness itself is neither knowledgeable nor ignorant. Even knowledge and ignorance also becomes evident to you. Whatever is there in the buddhi, all emotions are evident to you. So you are always the conscious entity to whom everything becomes evident. And whatever is becoming evident keeps on changing. It is all limited. Correct? And that is all false. It is all mithya. I, as the conscious entity, who is the invariable in each and every cognition, I am Satyam. Okay. Atma alone is Satyam. Everything else is only an appearance in Atma. So, Nikhilam Jagad Rupam, Acharya here says. Correct? The entire creation, Nikhilam, even whatever you know, you don't know, you can imagine, including black hole and everything, all of them you objectify, everything becomes evident to you only, correct? You objectify in your mind and you know all that is all only Bhranti, it is all Andrita, only the Atma, Atma Vastu alone, Brahma Vastu, Atma is Brahman, that alone is Satyam. Okay, if it is Satyam means there is only one Satyam you are saying, which is Atma, Ekameva Advitiyam. How is it appearing as so many sentient beings? Means this was already answered, but again, since it is a subtle thing, the Acharya is giving you more analogies to make it easy for you. Because if I am the limitless conscious being, how did I take myself as somebody who is limited to a particular body? How did I take myself as a jiva, as an individual conscious entity, rather than as the consciousness who is actually pervading everything? Means only we can give the same analogy. What this yadvad yadvad dinakara eko vibhati salilasayeshu sarveshu tadvat sakala upadhishu avasthitaha bhati paramatma. So, yadvat dinakaraha ekaha vibhati. So, there is only one sun is there. But wherever there is water, salilashayeshu, in whichever place, location you have water, different patras also you can keep it in different water bodies, let us say. In all that, sarveshu, salilashayeshu, chalashayeshu, Ekaha dinakaraha vibhati. One sun alone, but reflections, abhasa is found. So even Bhashyakara also in different places says that this jiva is nothing but an abhasa. It is a reflection. Means it's not really a reflection. Reflection also you cannot say really. It is reflection like abhasavat. We have to say it is like a reflection. Understand that the reflection is non-different from the original. Okay, the reflection is non-different from the original, but the original is not the reflection. That is the beauty. Mithya is satyam. Satyam is not mithya. This we have to understand. So the mithyatvam of the reflection being separate from the original or being limited to a particular reflecting medium and all that is mithya. But in reality, the reflection is nothing but the original only. Like that, jiva, the jivatvam of jiva is mithya. But jiva is non-separate, non-different from Paramatma. Okay. So that's what here he is trying to show, that the one only appears as many. Yadvat dinakaraha ekaha vibhati salilashayeshu sarveshu. Now this is said in different shrutis and smriti also, correct? This analogy of uh, the sun or even moon is taken in one shruti. Eka eva hi bhutatma bhute bhute vyavastitaha ekada bahuda chaiva drishyate jalachandravat. Like that also, there is a Brahma Bindu Upanishad is there. In that, there is only one Atma, but that Atma alone appears or is available in each and every living being. Bhute bhute vyavastitaha. Ekada bahuda chaiva drishyate. It is the one which is seen as one or many. Like even Jalachandravati, like that. So here Surya Dinakaraha was given, but Chandra also you can take an example. Similarly, in the Shvetashvatara Upanishad also it is there. Eko deva sarvabhuteshu gudaha sarvavyapi sarvabhutantaratma. Like this, there is a nice vakya. And in fact, that full vakya, if you see, karmadhyaksha sarvabhutadhivasaha sakshi cheta kevalo nirgunascha. This shruti is a very famous shruti, even quoted by our Shankaracharya in many places. So there is only one effulgent being, Eko Devaha, but that effulgent being only is available in each and every living being in or hidden, you can say. Sarva Bhuteshu Gudaha, it says. Gudaha means hidden or covered and all that you can take. But it is available in your own buddhi as I. But it is reality is what? You think it is it is restricted to one body, but that I, that Atma is Sarvavyapi, it is all pervading, it is Sarvabhutantaratma, it is the Atma of wherever anybody says I, it is the meaning is the same. This Atma alone is mentioned as I by all beings. And this I, even when Ishvara says I, that also is this Atma. Therefore, this Atma is Karmadhyakshaha. Okay, Karma, the one in whose Adhina or control is the karma. All the karma are controlled by whom? Karmadhyakshaha, Sarvabhutadhivasaha, Sakshi, he is the witness in each and every mind, every buddhi, whatever is happening, the one who is witnessing that. Kshetrajnam chapimam vidhi sarvakshetreshu bharata, like that even in the Gita it is said. In all the kshetras, I am the kshetrajnaha. There is only one kshetrajnaha. Bhagavan says. Mind, buddhi, etc. are also counted as kshetra or field only. The knower of the field, there is only one in all the fields, wherever it is. In fact, this Surya analogy is again given in the Gita also. Correct? Yatha prakashayatyekaha kritsnam lokamimam ravihi kshetram kshetri tata kritsnam prakashayati bharata. So like even one Surya is lighting up this entire world. I, the one Kshetrajna, I am the one who is lighting up all the Kshetras. Correct? Kritsnam Kshetram Kshetri Prakashayati, Bhagavan says. All the Kshetras are lighted up by me only, and also because you are lighting it up, this is available there in each and every buddhi. This Atma is available to be recognized as the limitless conscious being, but people don't recognize that and take themselves as limited beings and suffer. So this is the analogy for that. So that's what in the second line he is saying. Tadvat sakala upadhishu avasthitaha. So in each and every upadhi or conditioning factor, here upadhi we have to take it as the buddhi only. Buddhi is the closest to Atma as an upadhi, because there only first the I sense comes, correct? I thought. So in all the buddhis, whoever is available is this one consciousness alone. That alone shines. Bhati, Paramatma. Paramatma alone is shining as I in each and every buddhi. One has to recognize that. That's all. But still you can ask, how can this limitless Paramatma take oneself as an Alpa Jiva, correct? Limited individual. How does this limitless conscious being become this limited individual being? Mean another analogy is given for that. Okay. What is that? Hamiva gatadishu antarbahihi स्थितं ब्रह्म सर्वपिण्डेषु देहेऽहं इत्यनात्मनि बुद्धिः संसारबन्धाय हमिव घटादिषु अंतर्बहिः स्थितम्. So space in reality is there inside the pot, outside the pot, everywhere. In fact, the pot is in space in reality, correct? Okay. Similarly, Brahma sarva pindeshu. This Brahman is there. Here pinda means the body. Again, it is there inside the body, outside the body, everywhere. Correct? It is sarva vyapi, Brahma. But let us say there is a pot space. Space conditioned by the pot. This pot space thinks I am there only in the pot. That is the problem. Correct? Even though pot is in me, really speaking, as space, but the pot space thinks I am there only in the pot. I am only 5 liters. There is another pot space which is 10 liters. It is bigger than me. All these complexes, problems, and I will die when the pot is destroyed. This also is problem. I was born when the pot was born. I will die when the pot will go away. Means that's not true. You are always the same space. In fact, the pot is in you. Pot may be born, pot may be gone, but I am always there. There is no change also. Really, I am indivisible. Correct? That is why the space analogy is very important. Even though Atma is indivisible, one whole entity, but it's all ignorance only. See, that's what. Once you take ignorantly that I am only in one particular body, that's it. All the problems of that body, mind, sense complex are yours now. You become a jiva, you become a samsari. In reality, you are a samsari. You are not limited by anything. Everything is in you. You are not in anything, in fact. Correct? So, deheham iti anatmani buddhihi. So, anatmani dehe aham iti buddhihi. Correct? So, in the anatma, which is the deha, Again, deha here we have to take all dehas. Stula deha, sukshma deha, everything. So in all that, aham buddhi is there. This wrong self-identification. The self-identity is wrong. Once you have that what? This will lead to samsara bandhaya. So that is the reason for this bondage of samsara. Samsara eva bandhaha here. Samyak sarati iti samsaraha. Samsara means what? You are traveling very well. You go from one thing to another to another to another because in your own judgment, you are a limited individual who is lacking always something, who is wanting. Once you are wanting in your own vision, that's it. Then you are not able to accept it. But that is the important thing, correct? That itself is pointing to something. Because instinctually, everybody is not able to accept their own limitations. That is the problem, correct? The fundamental problem of an individual is one of self non-acceptance, we say. Why is self non-acceptance there? Because in your own self-judgment, you are wanting, and that wanting you cannot accept. You cannot simply accept that, okay, I am a wanting being, that is my nature, so let me enjoy. No, you want something. Only if that is there, this want will go, you think. Okay, that particular want may go, but there are other wants, new wants, old wants, which are not yet fulfilled. So again, you want something, you want something. So you keep on becoming something. This life of becoming is called samsara. Correct? Because whatever you are, as you are not acceptable to you. So you have to become something. But even after becoming something, you are same. Fundamentally, nothing changes. You are still the limited being. As long as you are the limited, however big it may be, understand that. You may become Indra, Chandra also. Even in the Indra Upadhi, if you take yourself as an individual, you are still limited. Understand that. Indra being having a Utkrishta Upadhi, correct? Very exalted, we can say Utkrishta. Okay, exalted body, mind, sense complex, Deva Sharira and all that. Indra has also gained this knowledge, correct? But Indra also only as a Jnani, the Atma Jnani, only as an Atma Jnani, Indra has this knowledge that I am all. And if he is established in that, then Indra has no problem. Indra is asamsari. But even Indra will become a samsari if Indra identifies with the Indra Deha. Okay. So that is why samsara bandha is there. As soon as this wrong identification with the body comes, you become a samsari. But what is your reality? Sarva vikalpahina shuddha buddho jara mara shantaha amalas sakrit vibhataschetanaha atma khavadvyapi. So atma khavadvyapi. Kha means again akasha only. Okay. So like even the akasha, atma is vyapi here means sarva vyapi. We have to take correct. It's all pervading. This atma is not limited being. In fact, the eye sense, I have already told this to you, I think. The eye sense, in the eye, there is no vikalpa, there is no divisions, distinctness, etc. There are no parts. Everybody's eye sense is always a sense of partless whole. I am always a partless whole. Even though you have identification with the physical body, etc., you take the body as I, physical body. But if one leg goes away, you don't become three-fourth I, correct? I is always a partless whole. Recollect this always. That is why sarva vikalpa hinaha here Acharya is using beautifully. The Atma is always devoid of any distinctions, any divisions, any parts. It is a partless whole. And then Shuddhaha. In fact, here the commentator says that each word is used to negate one kind of wrong self-identification. Okay. In fact, words are used for that only. In Vedanta, different words are used to teach you. Each word actually is used to remove one wrong notion about yourself. Now, when we say Shuddhaha, we can say that you are pure. Pure means not that you are subjected to some taint or impurity and then you have purified yourself and all that. Here, Shuddhaha means you can never be tainted. You can never become impure. That consciousness you are. But the body, the physical body, which you take it as I, is impure. If you don't take bath for 2 days, you know how it is. Correct? It becomes Ashuddha. It is subjected to impurification, whatever impurities. It is subjected to taint. You have to keep on purifying it. Even after purifying, there are so much impurities within the body also. Correct? That is all a problem. So the body, physical body is impure, but Atma is Shuddhaha. Understand that. So physical body is negated as Atma with the word Shuddhaha. Okay, if physical, you are not the physical body, then what? Are you the prana, the life? Because we say pranan is very important. Correct? Prana is important. Even in Tamil, we say pranan poid. If somebody dies, we say that the prana has left. Means prana I means no. Buddhaha, the word Buddhaha negates prana because prana is only physiological processes. But what about the cognition? Cognitive process is different. So Atma is the one who knows. Means prana is gone there. Okay. Then Ajaraha, Amaraha also is there. One who never gets old, one who is not even subjected to time. Amaraha means Shantaha. So all these words, then if prana is not there, am I the mind? Means this Ajaraha, Amaraha, Shantaha and all, it denies that you are not the mind also. Because anything which is happening in the mind also becomes evident to you. Correct? Whatever I know is not I. We have already seen that. And Ajaraha means that which does not change alone can be Ajara. Correct? Jara means becoming old, decaying and all that. Changing all the time. Amaraha also. Maraha means what? Means mortal. That which dies. That which decays and dies means it changes. But Atma never changes. It is always of the same nature of consciousness. Mind keeps on changing. So Jara, Marana and all is only for the mind. Atma never changes. There is no Marana. In fact, Atma is not subjected to time itself. Mind is there in time, but not Atma. So mind also is negated by words like Ajaraha, Amaraha, Shantaha also. See, then what about this Buddhi and Aham? Ahankara is there in the Buddhi, correct? The I thought means even the I thought is gone in deep sleep or in Samadhi, but I am there, Shantaha, Amalaha. Means even when you are Shantaha, some people can say you are the Avyakta. That is the Karana Sharira, correct? Ignorance, Maya. Why can't that be the Atma? Means no, Amalaha, that Mala. The basic Mala is ignorance. But I am not that Mala also. Avyakta also is not Atma. I am separate from all these things. Physical body, subtle body, causal body, none of this is me. So all these different words again help you to understand that Atma is none of these things. In fact, it's Sakrit Vibhataha. It shines. It is the only thing which shines, correct? Every day in the temple we say, what we say, we do this arati, correct? Then we chant, at least in our temples, Natatra Suryo Bhati na Chandra Tarakam Nema Vidyuto Bhantikto Yamagnihi Tameva Bhantam Anubhati Sarvam Tasya Bhasa Sarvamidam Vibhati. Tasya Bhasa Sarvamidam Vibhati. Everything else is only Anubhati. It shines after. Okay, this Atma alone shines. Ishvara alone shines. Correct? Paramatma alone shines. Everything else is shining after, because this is the only consciousness which is there. Everything becomes evident to it. It doesn't require anything else. It is self-revealing, self-conscious, self-existent entity. That is this Atma. Sakrit Vibhataha, Chetanaha, consciousness. It is of the nature of consciousness alone. That is this Atma, this I. That is the real I. And it is all pervasive, like even the Akasha. Don't take yourself as somebody who is indwelling only a particular body. That thought itself you have to give up. If you are a Vedantin, that is the main problem, in fact, correct? Thinking that I am puny creature, caged, bound to a particular body. But getting out of this Dehatma Buddhi is not easy. That requires lot of sadhana, effort. All your effort as a Vedantin is what? To get rid of this Dehatma Buddhi only. Tyaga is the greatest sadhana, it is said. Tyaga Vairagyadi only Bhashyakara also says. Even in the Brihadaranyaka Bhashya, in one place Bhashyakara says, yes, he accepts that even if you have, when you attend the Vedanta class, everything is clear, correct? Whatever the Guru says is clear to you, because you see yourself in the light of the Shastra. Shastra is the mirror which is showing your reality to yourself. You are able to see it because nothing else can really negate whatever the Shastra is revealing to you. Whatever Shastra says makes so much sense. Everything is clear. You feel so free. But then after the class, what happens? Again, there is identity with the body. That is because the prarabdha is very baliya, it is said. It is very strong. This bandha, it is coming so much. We don't know how many, so many lives, over a span of so many lives. This bandha is there. This bondage with the body. So if you have to free it, you have to be alert. You have to give up this notion that I am this body, etc. And finally, yena tyajati tat tyaja also it is said. Even the ahankara with which you are giving up everything, even that you are not, the aham thought also is something which comes and goes. Even when the I thought is not there, I am there. That is the beauty, correct? I am not the I thought also. I thought also is only a thought. I am not an individual subject. The status of being the subject also you give up. You are not a knower also anymore. That is the beauty of this knowledge. This knowledge comes and knocks off your knowership itself. You are no more a knower. You are Atma. You are as you are. You are the conscious entity. And then you can use all these words. Shuddha, Buddha, Shanta, Amala, Chetanaha. All this. That is the your Swarupa. So give up all these wrong identities and just enjoy yourself as you are. That is Vedanta. So that requires sadhana, that requires effort. That is where you have to put in all your effort all the time. as a Vedanti, because you cannot ask how long I have to do. Till the time you question like this, you have to do. Understand that? When you know this as clear as a gooseberry in your palm, we say, correct? Karatala Amalakavatu, Ullangai Nelikani pol, we say in Tamil. Karatala Amalakavatu. Once you know this so clearly that you have given up all the Dehatma Buddhi, you will know it yourself. You won't be even asking them. Till the time it becomes sahaja. That's why we say, correct? See, if we go and wake up somebody from the sleep and ask him or her now, who are you? They are saying, I am so and so with reference to the body, correct? That means the identification with the body is so natural. That is what we call sahaja. But then you have to give up that notion and always identify. Even if I wake you up in sleep, you have to say, Aham Brahmasmi. Who are you? Means Aham Brahmasmi. That has to become natural. Till then, the sadhana has to be there. The nididhyasanam, manana nididhyasana you have to do, because shastra you are listening to already. Shravanam is happening. Everything is clear when you listen to the shastra, to the guru. But then you have to assimilate it and transform yourself. This wrong self-identification has to be given. That's all is required, really speaking. All wrong notions, give it up and then enjoy. Then it's only ananda only. Aho bhagyam, like that you can say. That is the beauty. So we'll continue this in the next class. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadhaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.
ಧನ್ಯವಾದ ಗುರುಜಿ.
Thank you, Guruji.